Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Saturday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Askren and I will be your host and dungeon master for the evening as we invite you to join us for another terrifying evening with The Writhing Moon, our open legend horror campaign here every week. We have got a really good show for you guys tonight, hopefully a really great show. But before we dive into all that, let me just make sure my levels are all good, my sound levels, everything like that. And as we get into things, why don't we start by saying hello to our cast. Let's go ahead and turn this music down just a little bit. And as we do, we will turn our attention to the first on the list, Mr. Speedy. How's it going, man? He forgot how to unmute himself. It's terrifying. You guys have not heard me, because I was muted on this, apparently. Speedy, how's it going tonight? Awesome.
Blood is shed in front of his eyes. He tends to slip into a bit of a fury of sorts and just can't stop slashing and slashing at anything in sight. The madness is consuming him slowly, but is doing his best to survive and overcome and get to the bottom of the secrets of the pure blood.
Yes. Sorry about for those of you guys who were in on Twitch. I had him muted for a couple seconds on OBS, but that is fixed right now. And also, welcome to the mighty Pedro. If you do want to catch up, we do have all of the episodes on VOD here on Twitch, and they all go up on YouTube, or they will. I'm working on getting them all up onto YouTube, but definitely go check that out. But next up is Mr. Din Money in all of his pinkness.
No, JK, my character is actually Ulrich the White, and he is actually, we don't know I don't want to reveal his backstory yet. We don't know too much about him, but we know he has a strong sense for justice and religion. So you're going to be hearing a lot of God this and God that. So it's going to be awesome. And we are going to bring crushing righteousness to the city of Palemore. So,
yes,
rock
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And next on the list, of course, we have Mr. Four. How's it going, man?
Quite lovely. Hi, everybody. I'm Four. I'm the sweetest, most lovely person in the world, and Gurney is not. I'm playing Gurney Abel. Gurney Abel is this obsessed victim, in a way. He is a cartographer, and he has high hopes for joining the Academy of Palemore. That sort of got, shoved to the side ever since, blood-crazed monsters and maniacs were wandering the streets. He has not lost his obsession and his endearment for this wonderful city and all of its buildings and tunnels and cavernous depths. He is actually wanting to get back to that, but he keeps finding himself drawn into, everything that's going on. I mean, other dreams, First Watch, people that are important and crazy. He's going to stick to his guns. Felix and his other buddies at his side, I did not forget your names. I just want to keep this short and get to my most lovely lady, Lisa.
Very nice, very nice. I was just saying, in my haste, I totally forgot to tweet with an image so I could tag everyone in it. but that's all good. We all make mistakes. Last but not least, certainly not least, we have the newest victim to our cadre of terror, Lisa Lee. How's it going, Lisa? Hold on, wait, let me unmute you. There you go.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me? Unmuted by host. Hello, I'm Lisa Lee, and I am Vesper Keening. And Vesper Keening is the chatelaine for Queen Mulgol in the palace. When times were good, times are now not good. So she is now paired up with the First Watch, and terror is ensuing.
Awesome.
I'm glad you think so.
Awesome. And before we dive into our recap and all our announcements, I want to thank our awesome friend Tunarth, who's going to start the game out with inspiration for all and one extra for Gurney, perhaps to fill the hole in his heart, if not his stomach.
Easiest way to someone's heart is their stomach.
Thank you.
Oh man. Thank you so much, Tunarth, once again.
Thanks,
If
Tunarth.
that actually brings me into the next point before we dive into our recap. If you guys want to engage with the game, if you want to help the players out, or perhaps provide a little bit of challenge to them, there is a big banner right down below the show where you can hit that donation button, drop a tip in. We have all different kinds of tip levels, and you can give them inspirations, you can give them nat 20s, you can give them some NPC hate or love, or even the dreaded Prophecy Hero card, as Tunarth has just done. So all of that is right down below. If you're really enjoying the show, please help us with that. Help us hit our monthly goal for April. Also, I'm going to have to fix the macro, but seeing as April has started, we have a brand new monthly giveaway. We had a giveaway that's planned. That got delayed a little bit, so this one came a little bit later in the month, but this month I am giving away a shiny new copy. It might be, no, it's not backwards on stream, of The Yawning Portal. It is this is the brand new D&D 5th edition book. It's got all kinds of crazy cool dungeons, like my favorite, the Tomb of Horrors, in there. And I'm giving away also another player's handbook and a set of dice just to go along with it. So make sure you hit that giveaway link to get in on that. It's really, really cool and easy to win.
Very cool.
And last but not least, as announcements go, I'm going to be tweeting about it a little bit later tonight, but starting this week, we have a brand new show coming to the Exploding Dice channel, and that means a whole bunch of people joining us on our Exploding Dice family. We are starting this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Iron Gods and the Fires of Creation. It is a D&D 5th edition campaign set in a sort of technological wasteland fantasy setting. There is robots, there is magic, there is sci-fi, and there's fantasy, and it is going to be a ton of fun. And my cast is just some really, really cool people. Keep your eye on Twitter for more information about that. That'll be coming out tonight, and we hope to see you guys coming out on Wednesday for our very first session of that. It's going to be excellent. As always, when we dive into our game, the ambiance and sounds that you guys hear are provided by our fantastic friends over at Sirenscape. Their horror packs have been really, really killing it on stream. I am a huge fan, so Sirenscape is the way to go if you're a DM looking for awesome background music and stuff. But let's turn it down a little bit. Let's find some music here. Not this. I want this. All right, there. as we return to the world of Palemore, let's start, as always, with a bit of a recap. When we started last time, our players, our party, found themselves trapped in the waking dream, or a nightmare, a twisted nightmare version of it. They had they had transferred into the realm via their lantern in a strange underground temple within the Lunaris temple underground, after fighting flesh monsters and being challenged and accosted by strange soldiers from a foreign land who stole some sort of relic from right under your nose. The players found they transferred to the dream, where they found an elevator leading downwards underground. As they took the elevator, they somehow found themselves exiting a cave outside of Palemore, or so it seems. They were in a valley that was filled with a strange, decrepit village, a village that, as they journeyed through, it seems like time has abandoned. The people there seem to ignore them, and the buildings and the creatures around them seem to be left to rot and decay. And it was then that the very familiar and very horrifying yellow mist, mysterious as it is, rolled into town, bringing with it what seemed to be strange creatures, nightmare aberrations and monsters that crawled from the mist to pluck entranced citizens from their pathways and their jobs and their lives, to consume them or to rend them apart. All of this, the players bravely trudged through, making their way through this kind of twisted nightmare of a village to what seemed to be an academy manor on a hill at the other side. As they made their way into the manor, they found that it was some sort of academy. They traveled their way through it. They found medical supplies, alchemical rooms, libraries, and among them they found a younger version of someone that called themselves Simon, an apprentice, it seems, to an older man who was experimenting with certain things. Through various methods, they were taken around this mansion in a dreamlike state, following things that were half glimpsed or were there at one point and then vanished, only to appear somewhere else. They found Simon working, studying on a cadaver inside a library or experiment room. And there, Felix decided to engage with these two. He reached out and he grabbed the older man, only to have his mind sort of buffeted by this strange vision, a vision that cracked his sanity a little bit, but gave him strange and possibly unknowable or undesirable knowledge of something that either has happened, might happen, or might not have happened. We don't really know. He saw something, and I guess we will get into that in just a little bit. But as the players, or as the party, reeled from this revelation, finding the house even more confusing, they descended down a secret stairway. They found a note hidden among the treasures, a note that seemed to reveal that this man, Simon, was an apprentice of the person that they believe to be what's called Callum. Callum, the head, or the man who birthed the academy. Simon and Callum, according to the note, seemed to have a schism or a break, as they both had conflicting visions on the subject of the blood, though what it is and where it came from has not been answered yet. And as they descended down into the operating theater where Felix saw Simon working, they encountered a different form of Callum, the older, more twisted and callous version that they had met previously, who seemed to chastise them and mock them before leading them out of a doorway. And as they were led through the doorway, they emerged once again in the familiar graveyard, their first touchstone, the first place they visited in the waking dream. And inside this graveyard, they entered the house at the end of it, only to find the old and wizened Callum sitting in a wheelchair, or strapped to a chair of some sort, and hovering over his body is the decrepit form of the yellow rag-covered, horrible Tatterman, the nightmare of the yellow mist. And that is where we are returning to things. So before we dive in once again, I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't already, please hit that retweet link. Tell your friends to join us on this terrifying engagement as we explore the nightmare of Palemore. But let's zoom right in. Ulrich, you were the first one through the door, and so you are the first one in here, seeing what is going on. So as I turn this up a little bit.
Go!
I just want to immediately just close the door and go back and just...
And like, like
No,
Grandpa
let's just-
Simpson, like nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Never open this again. Let's just...
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
So as you open the door, you see Callum just kind of sitting slumped back in his chair. He doesn't seem to be moving, but as you have a chance to kind of take in the scene, this creature that you've only half glimpsed before. This is actually the first time you've really seen it in its entirety. Horrible kind of charred, like, skin that just looks like a tapestry of scars and scar tissue. This thick and dirty yellow cloth draped off of its form. You see it kind of almost startled for a second as it turns towards you, and it doesn't have, its eyes are covered, but you get the sense that it is kind of seeing you. It is in this room, and the one thing you might notice that in a second, but so as this thing turns to you, it's just gonna kind of and then as you have a chance to react, you see it just kind of take one lumbering step towards you.
Towards who?
Towards Ulrich. He's the only one through the door at this point.
Yikes, yeah.
That's right. All right.
All right, I'll immediately, like, kind of in a half whisper without, like, leaving my gaze or whatever. I'll just be like, "You're not gonna believe who's in here, boys." And I'll just edge forward and just start kind of circling around, making way for them to come through the door too. I'm just gonna slowly start walking, like, almost around it.
Okay.
Circle the wagons.
Okay, so you're approaching this thing to sort of engage it.
I wouldn't say I'm approaching. I'm gonna start, like, edging around in a circle, almost like
into the room.
Yeah, definitely in the room though.
Okay then.
No.
All right.
I give Felix a poke, like, what are you waiting for? And I walk in, and the Gertie just sort of stands there and just, oh, and I try to, like, yell to Callum, what are you doing? Oh, who are you? And I point at it and I just go, who are you?
So you're entering the room, kind of taking in this scene. Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. I'm good at that. As in good, as in I don't have anything in perception.
Oh, that's right. I don't need dice. I have those. All right.
Huh!
Shoo.
Stop.
You are kind of trying to pay attention to Callum, but you just see this creature is kind of taking another kind of shuffling step towards you, and as it does, it's going to kind of drop its arm, and a long kind of chain that is wrapped around its arm seemed to end in this weird like barbed meat hook type thing, just kind of clanks against the floor and begins scraping against the tile as it takes another heavy step towards you.
No. And I waved to Ulrich. Ulrich, we're running. We gotta. No way, dude.
Ulrich, you can react one way or the other, but this thing is going to reach you very soon.
Yikes! If they're saying run, I'll next time. And yeah, I'll give it the look of lucky pal.
Okay, so you guys,
If I was 100 years younger. Oh.
Felix, before running in, is gonna try and blood sense Callum and the Tatterman if he can. It looks like Callum isn't moving. I want to know if he's still alive, mostly.
Okay, so
I think we'd know if he was next to this thing.
Odds are.
So if they're gonna, as you do, you're gonna have to stand still to listen, which means your companions are gonna be running by you. They're gonna be running past you, which means you could do it, but you will potentially put yourself in some danger.
Felix is really determined at this point. He's just gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is he gonna put himself in danger? That's an easy question from Felix. Like,
All
yes,
right.
I'll do it. I could care less about the danger.
All right. As you kind of like these guys just bolt out the room behind you, Ulrich kind of dragging this heavy sword behind him. You just stop, and as you're kind of watching, give me 1 second. I have to check something here.
It's not worth your life, Felix. Let's go.
Felix has zoned you out entirely.
Okay.
Busy listening to blood.
I need you to roll me a will check, please.
Not again.
Oh.
9.
Blah.
All right. You are attempting to kind of focus. However, you can't do it under this kind of stress. This thing is marked, like this thing is mere feet away from you, and as you kind of begin like listening, like your breathing is getting heavier. You can hear the pulse pounding in your ears before you realize that it's your own pulse, and as you kind of shut your eyes, you just hear of this thing dragging against the tile. Okay.
What do you want from us?
You guys run out of the building. You see Felix is still behind you, and Felix, you are going to feel a large cold hand just very slowly grasp around your neck.
Can we run back and grab him?
You can, yeah.
I do.
Do we want to?
I don't think about it.
I got it.
Just
Yeah.
run back and I try to grab him.
Nice.
Can I try and stab this hand or these hands in front of me?
Okay, give me 1 second. I just have to find my note here on this, but
And when Gurney stops running, Ulrich will notice it too and be like, huh? Like, oh great, not again.
Felix, what are you doing? Snap out of it!
Yeah. This is why he's not allowed at the back of the group.
okay. So
Can I
what's up?
perceive on this thing? This tattered thing. Can I roll a perception on this to see if I can understand any kind of what it is?
Seen something like it
If
before,
it
maybe.
Oh, Yeah, it looks
Good
like
idea,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a fresh pair of eyes on this bastard.
What do you? So this is what you are essentially seeing. This creature, which is it is tall. Its skin is pallid and like made mostly of scar tissue. What do you want to attempt to learn about it?
If it was human, or if it's some kind of a construct, or if it's malevolent or not. I mean, it's.
It
Is it like cursed, or is it malevolent made? You know what I'm saying?
I will allow
I
you
doubt it's
to.
good.
I will allow you to roll a. I'll allow you to either roll a logic or a learning check. Probably a logic or a learning check on this thing, but to see
Learning is sure. That's a D8.
to see if you can decipher anything about it. But it is.
I have 3 on learning.
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
So I roll
D20 and a D.
this. Oh!
No, you
my-
didn't. You put a space between the 1 and the D.
Oh,
Oh.
you did. It's not a 1. It's not 1.
It's not a 1.
Okay.
Woo!
Remember to put a roll in the space.
There we go. Explode that 8!
Ah!
What?
Uh,
Nice.
Nice! Is that my first exploding dice?
Nice, and that's a good one. That's a nice explosion.
All right.
27.
Excellent.
What is this thing?
So this, I mean,
is it?
what exactly this is, you have no clue. What you can tell about it is, it looks human-ish, human in shape. It has, it's a human form, humanoid at least. Its body appears to be draped in this strange kind of dirty yellow cloth that just kind of almost moves and billows as if in a strange breeze. It walks with a very shuffled gait, and it just seems to carry a myriad of sharp implements, blades, and other things just kind of hanging from its body by chains. What exactly? You haven't really seen it do anything just about yet. However, you guys do know. I'm gonna have to actually get a thing on this. This is what I'm looking for. You guys, as you like, all of you who have caught a glimpse of this, you are essentially going to sort of suffer under its frightful presence, meaning that you can attempt to charge closer to it, to get closer to it, but you will need to make a successful will check to do that.
I have to get Felix away from it, so I will.
Well, we'll go through that in just 1 second. So, as
I'm gonna.
but also, what's it called? Vesper. As you see this thing kind of grasp Felix by the neck and almost begin kind of just lifting him up a little bit off the ground, you see his eyes are like clenched shut as this thing's kind of gaping toothed maw just gets closer and closer to his face. Felix, you can feel kind of the hot breath and the kind of sticky spittle that is just splattering onto you. And as it does this,
I wanna go a little transformy.
okay.
I'm
Well,
trying.
give me 1 second.
Okay. I want to save my buddy.
Felix, I need you to.
Oh,
Not
Okay.
die.
I need you to make me a check that I'm gonna tell you what it is. Yeah, I need you to make me a will check.
A will check. Okay.
Yes.
8. I'm not doing. Wait,
Okay.
I have inspiration. Can I use it? 2 Narts inspiration, please?
You can. Yes, you can.
7. Great.
7. All right. As this thing is
15.
getting closer and closer to you, you feel like its grip is on you, but you almost feel a pressure on your mind as it feels almost as if something is being sort of peeled away from it. Almost as if you can feel like your consciousness being just sort of opened like the skin of a fruit or something like that. And as it does, it's almost like this thing is digging around inside your head for something.
Yep.
Good.
You
Well-
are definitely, whatever it is doing, you are definitely going to be affected by it. So now that we're doing that, since that all kind of happened in a very surprise round, well, you know what? We're not going to roll initiative. We'll go on a pseudo order. We'll just let because you all are going to get a chance to have a turn. So this thing is doing something to Felix. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna
Gurney.
raise up and go a little transformy and little half transformy, and simply say, "You will harm no one here. Drop him now."
Does it react?
Drop it.
It
Because I'm running straight at him. so.
Yeah, you can do that. You are gonna need to make me a will check to do that. Vesper, as you shout at this thing, you can see it seems to be extremely preoccupied with Felix at the moment. Like, it is doing something to him. You can almost see, like, Felix's eyes are still closed, but you can almost see his body, like, twitching and just kind of jerking uncontrollably.
He kind of deserves it. I'm not gonna lie.
Gurney,
He's had a rough time.
Aww.
Gurney,
He's had a rough time.
I'm the player laughing, not the character. For the
Gurney,
record.
you kind of look around, and as the panic is setting into you, you just kind of force down the little bit of bile in your throat. And what do you want to do? As
I send it
you
straight
manage
down to my stomach, and then I power up my arm, and Gertie is just going to try to put a knockback Bane, or a forced move. I'm going to do a forced move on the Tatterman and just make him, like,
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
right back into the house.
Okay,
So-
he's still inside, by the way. Well, pretty much
Yeah,
still
we're
inside.
inside.
Okay, well, I'd like to make him go more.
Okay, go ahead and roll it against him.
Hopefully not dragging Felix with him. So, oh gosh. Let's see, my might is empowered by my entropy, so I'm gonna get 2d6 on this. Boom! Here we go, everybody! I'm doing it power level 2, by the way, sir.
Okay, meaning the DC is. Oh well, no, it's not a DC. It's
The
So-
obstacle.
yeah. Okay,
Oh,
no,
that's how you
is
do
no,
that.
because it's against
Against his
his it's
toughness.
against his defense.
Oh,
Toughness or guard.
Yeah.
One of those.
okay.
Okay, so go ahead and do it. 22. So as you kind of like you kind of stumble up to the door, you feel the sweat beating on your brow as you are almost your body feels like it's almost fevered as you feel sluggish as if you're pushing through water or heavy air, but you just manage to kind of like funnel this kind of like burning phlegm or something that is inside your body down into your stomach, and as you just push, it is going to pulse out, not really like a beam, but more like kind of like a blast wave, and it will hit him, and you will see him stumble about a step. He's not thrown back very far, but it is enough that he's like he's holding Felix up in the air, kind of very close to his face. You actually, as he stumbles, you actually see him, like, Felix kind of drops down. Felix, your feet hit the ground, but you're still in his hand. And as he's stumbling, he's gonna kind of turn his head, his face, to look in your direction. And then he looks back at Felix, and then back at you. Ulrich, did you want to do anything this round?
Hell yeah. Let's chop off the hand that's holding Felix.
Okay, you're gonna need to make me a will check in order to get close to him.
Alright. Do I have the will? Oh, I've got pretty good will. Okay. Sweet. Okay, slash roll. 1d20. Sorry.
It's alright.
I guess I yell back. Oh, buddy.
15. That's clean roll.
A
Nothing wrong with
15.
15.
A 15 is enough that you can.
Yes.
You're going to get there, but not. But you are kind of like, as you kind of stop, like these images kind of flash through your mind. For you, they're actually fairly vivid images. As you see, like, you see corpses, you see familiar images. People, bodies impaled on large wooden stakes. You can kind of almost hear and smell the screams and the burning flesh of people, being set upon by, giant pyres. All of this stuff, it's almost as if something is kind of dredging these visions up out of your mind. But they do kind of cause you to stumble and lose a bit of your momentum, but you can force your way over to him.
Yeah.
I will say you can make your attack against him with disadvantage.
God, give me strength. And then I'm gonna power up and go into youth mode. And since
advantage.
I get advantage too, so minus the 1, I'd still get at least 1 advantage on him.
Oh, now I understand.
And 2 North Inspiration if you need it.
Dude.
All right. Okay. Sweet. All right. We'll see. Can I stack that on, or do I have to declare that before I do it?
Sorry. Yeah, you have to declare it before the roll. Yeah.
You'd have to declare it.
Oh.
You know what? I don't know. This is Tatterman. I say I'll do it. I'm gonna. Let's not take any chances right now. So I get an extra advantage on that with the 2 Narst advantage.
Yeah, if you want to use it.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm not gonna.
Cool.
God doesn't take chances, and neither do I. 2d20 might plus 2d6. 16 could have been. See, we needed that. That's good.
On a 16.
Oh, crap, no. Yikes, no, that's only.
On a 16,
11,
it's because you have.
11.
Yeah, it's not much. You bring your sword over and you swing, and it's like this is just as he's kind of stumbling backwards, and you actually have to sort of check your swing and slam the blade into the wall to prevent yourself from hitting Felix.
God damn it!
I just.
All right.
What the hell?
So frustrated, and I just yell out, Vesper, he's not cooperating!
Can Felix do anything?
In 1 second. Felix, on your turn, this the Tatterman is going to as your feet hit the ground and you kind of stabilize yourself, you are definitely disoriented and woozy from what has just happened to you. But you see him kind of like he continues to grip onto your neck, and as he does, you guys watch as the skin under these yellow cloths begins to ripple a little bit, almost as if someone has dropped a stone into a pond. And for a second, Felix, as you kind of still very dizzy and disoriented, you look, your eyes open, and it's almost, you seem to be looking back at almost a mirror image of yourself.
Is that like all I see is just this mirror image of myself?
I mean, wrapped in dirty yellow cloths and kind of slavering at the mouth, but yeah, and it kind of catches you off guard a little bit.
Is he family?
Okay, Felix. Nothing is making sense to Felix right now. The only thing that he can think to do is to lose control, because in control this doesn't make any sense. So he's going to take he's gonna take out his saw and he's going to slice himself. He's going to cut his own leg to activate his what is it? Yeah. Battle Trance and Reckless Frenzy.
Here we go.
Both of them.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Go, kids.
Whatever you gotta do, man.
Okay.
Now you protect yourself.
So as you kind of
Oh my god.
as you kind of like cut this deep gouge into your arm, you watch as like you just hold your arm out as the blood just begins to cascade down it, kind of coating it in red, and you tell me how you go into a rage. Like, what happens to you?
Yeah, he just absolutely just drags the saw along his arm, blood dripping out, and he just sort of takes the blood and just like wipes it on his own face. And you see, like, after his hand goes through his eyes, the eyes are just like glazed over, they're glassy, and he's just going to take the saw and he's going to try and cut the arm that is holding his own neck.
Okay, go ahead and make me that attack.
Well,
Kill it!
do it.
Right.
Haymaker, here it comes.
It's up to you now, Felix.
Yeah, for real.
Exit
Do I
Felix.
have any advantage, disadvantage other than my battle trance?
You do have one from Tunarth that you haven't used.
Oh no, I used that for the will check earlier.
You
Oh,
never answer that
right?
when the DM says you still have
Yeah, you're right.
Classic mistake. Rookie.
It didn't
mistake.
help me in any way.
Thanks.
So then, 1 second.
It's a 12.
Better than 11. That's what I always said.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see, because I think Mukia wanted to give someone a die, so we'll see about that.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Mukia. Sister.
Yeah, just in case they don't know in the chat, like, this guy has killed us all. Like, 3 out of the 4 party members here have died under this thing's hand
Yeah.
right now. So
Just so you know, you don't have Nat 20 listed on the things you can buy with the donation. You have inspiration, but not
Inspiration is what? Well, I'll figure it out. Okay, so you can make your attack, and we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so you begin just kind of dig your saw into this arm and just begin like sawing through as you're tearing through the flesh, and eventually you get to the bone underneath this, and you just kind of push, but the blade actually kind of gets lodged, and it looks like you all will, as you kind of watch this strange, gruesome display, I guess each person will get 2 inspirations.
Yes.
And also Vesper
Right.
gets another
Thank
one.
you.
Ah!
So that's
Thanks, you
1d8
guys.
to add to that roll.
Yeah, you can 1d8 or an advantage, I guess. That's the way we
Okay.
decided it was. Okay. So, well, we'll get to those. We'll let you use those on the next turn. Okay, so as you do that, on its turn,
Wait, hold on. I
Oh,
can because of my reckless frenzy, I can attack twice.
okay, then go ahead and make your second attack.
Get it, get it.
18.
All right, and on an 18, you kind of begin
Nice.
pushing and pushing as the blade kind of breaks through the bone, and as it snaps, the arm itself just kind of cracks, and with just a splash of blood, it is just kind of hanging off by a sinew. And as the blood begins to drip, you see there's a little bit of blood dripping down. There is definitely a splash there, but very quickly the bleeding seems to stop, almost as if it dried up. And as this thing kind of raises its arm, the actual, from about here up is basically hanging on by some muscle cords and sinew. As it raises its arm, you see that there is something going on there. You're not really sure what. Well, you don't really see. You're kind of a little bit distracted to see much, but something is strange. This thing is not behaving normally. On its turn, it is going to kind of reach down towards its arm, and you actually see it kind of grab the end, where all the meat is, and begin pulling. And at first you see kind of red, this red meat being pulled out of the arm, but very quickly that red kind of gives way to, it's almost as if it's pulling something else out of the arm, something long and pale. And as it rips this thing out, it is going to it's just gonna hold it in its hand. You guys, it's hard to see exactly what it is. It seems to be this pale, almost like a slug or something, and it's just going to kind of grip it in its hand, and it leans in towards Felix, and you just see its hand kind of reach out towards you. As it reaches out, whole hand, there's nothing in it anymore, but it is going to attempt to reach past your guard and basically just grab you by the forehead. So this is
Wow.
Yeah, what the?
a 21.
That'll do it. That'll go through my guard. Yeah.
You feel it kind of as you're standing there stunned. This thing grabs your head, and all of a sudden, you feel almost like a pulse, or a twisting, almost as if someone has taken your brain and twisted it like a rag. It's gut wrenching. It is a horrific feeling, and you don't really know exactly what to make of it. But as it does, as it just grips your head with its other hand, the one that you injured just hanging by its side, what do you guys want to do?
I want to save him, of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rip off my shirt and I'm gonna go full nasty stomach blast on this guy. I'm gonna try to just. Okay, so do we see the slug?
Yeah.
Actually?
You saw it for
I
a
wanna
second or
You
two.
see?
It's already in.
It
not
was
halfway.
gone by the time he reached up and grabbed Felix.
Oh,
Where did
God.
it go?
You don't know.
I hope it went in his
Oh
mouth.
no.
Any other orifice
I hope it went
or Felix.
literally anywhere but me.
Yeah. Any other Felix?
What do you guys want to do?
I blast him.
Go ahead and roll it.
I try to knock him back and
I'm gonna
Felix.
stay out of the way of that blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll
I'm
it.
gonna use inspiration.
All right.
How many inspiration can I use?
I'll say one per
2.
round.
Okay, how do I do the advantage thing again? Type it rather.
It's just D20 K1, or yeah.
K1. Gotcha.
K1. Okay.
Didn't do it. Did I do it correctly?
That's all right.
Well, I mean, if you're only rolling one D20, then you don't need to.
Well, I meant to do advantage. So
Yeah, so you have to roll multiple D20s for that.
Okay.
Because if you're only rolling one, it has only one to keep.
Oh, so the K1 just makes it not add up. It does the. Okay, I think I get it now.
So it automatically, that's the highest one I got, right?
No, you only
Since it
rolled
was
you,
only
you only
one,
rolled
yeah.
one D20.
So that's why it was just that one.
Well, I'll just do it again. Oh, okay.
A 23.
That's crazy.
A 23 will
23.
hit this thing.
Nice.
Is it enough to cause a bane?
It is not.
Poop.
But you
I just scream. Let him go! Auric, chop his arm off. Do something.
Yeah, I'm thinking the armor. Does this thing? We can't see his like legs or anything, right? Is it all just cloth down there, or?
You see
go behind
functionally
you.
what's in the
Is it
image.
like-
Yeah, screw it. I'll just try to do a nice like upward fling. Just try to get that freaking arm off of Felix.
Is it all gross under there? Is it all Night of the Living Dead under there?
All right, it's
All right.
single target, so I get 2
Yep.
advantage.
Please, friend.
2dk1 plus 2d6. Go!
Go.
Dude, 6s, come on! Alright, well, still 16.
Okay. So you managed to kind of swing. This time, you just clip the thing right in the side. It's not a ton of, you don't get a ton of flesh on the blade, but you do manage to kind of, with that kind of sharp tip, just catch and like leave a slice right through this thing's
Nice.
side.
Good, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel too good when it's happening to you now, does it?
And last, Vesper, what do you want to do?
I am going to transform. I'm going to fly into the air, transform, and I'm going to use a psychic attack on it. I want to use my inspiration
Okay.
and give it. I have that right.
Yeah, we've all
I
got
have
2.
entropy.
Yeah. Or if you haven't used your tarot card, you've got like 3.
Well, those are for
Sorry.
prophecies. Those are not like
Yeah.
expend them to do a
Yeah,
thing.
we don't know what those
Sorry,
are
yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
I like
mixed
this.
up
I want to
with
know
Aaron,
them so
yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
I'm
like
going to
the
use
summon
my
of the devil.
inspiration and
Okay.
try to like stop whatever mind attack, whatever he's doing to Felix.
Okay. So inspiration. So it's 2d20 plus whatever your entropy bonus dice is.
Entropy bonus is 2d10.
Okay. So 2d20 plus 2d10, and you take the higher one.
Did I do that right?
Yep. Okay. So the higher is a 16. So that is a total of 21, 23.
Why does it say 27?
Because you rolled 2d20s, but it didn't drop the lowest, which is it doesn't really matter. You
Got it.
take the
I
higher
see.
one. Yeah. So it's gonna be a 23 as you which attack you like what are you clawing him? Are you psychic blasting?
Psychic blasting him.
Okay. Roll me a prescience check.
Prescience is also a. Ooh.
Okay. As you were you see her body just what's up?
I have prescience on Vesper. I don't have prescience listed on my Banshee form.
Then you
And I
would.
don't know if that's a mistake.
Nope. Then you probably wouldn't
Okay.
have it on your Banshee form,
Okay.
because it
Alright.
was built separately. So you guys see her as she kind of runs into the room. You see her form kind of be taken over by this blue glow, and then she is just in a wisp of energy. Her form changes completely to this translucent ghost-like shape, long, like sharp claws and billowing hair in an unseen breeze, as well as a face that transforms into one of just like screaming anger. And as she takes to the air, there's just a buffet of like a siren scream that knocks this thing back a few steps as the Tatterman you feel this blast hits it and is going to buffet it. You feel it almost recoil from the psychic the psychic blast, and you, Vesper, are going to, as you kind of reach out and touch this thing's mind for a brief second, you're going to have a vision, almost a vision, not so much a vision as a feeling, almost as if there was some sort of psychic backlash, and for a split second you almost feel as if you almost kind of get an empathic lash from this thing, and it's, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. It's almost as if in your mind you see a room full of horrible abominations that are just swarming in around.
Like where he's come from?
Like just like the like.
Or that they're here that I can't see.
Again, it's only a split second impression, but for a second you almost feel like you're in a room, you're in a place that is just being besieged by these horrific nightmares, nameless, kind of almost, formless horrors.
Dementors.
And
Dementors.
and then that's it. That's kind of the lash that you feel.
And does it knock me out of my form?
No.
Okay.
All right. As that is happening, you guys have all blasted it. It is kind of stumbling back at this point.
Yeah.
You see it kind of scrape its one hand along the ground as it pushes itself to its feet and kind of stands there. And as it stands there, you kind of see it looking around for a second as the chaos around seems to subside for just a brief moment, and the Tatterman, this strange, horrible creature, just looks at you with a turning its head back towards the form of Callum strapped into that chair, and then back to you. And as it does, you see this kind of like, you hear actually the sound of wind kind of picking up around you, and as it does, there's just this creeping yellow that gas seems to be filling the room, and as it does, the creature itself takes a couple steps back, and you can see it kind of continues slavering. Its brows certainly furrowed under that strange yellow cowl over its face before it takes another step back into the opaque fog and disappears.
Hey, who was running this time? Yeah. Sorry, Ulrich's saying that in his mind.
It's okay.
Or no, he's young. Yeah, he'll say it out loud.
I mean,
Yeah. You better run. That was awesome, right, guys?
Yeah, does Felix feel any different because of that thing in his head? Or whatever just happened?
So, one second. As the as things are going to quiet down, you guys are going to be left in this strange place. Let me just change that.
This place is strange. Oh man, we kicked so much ass. That was so awesome.
I don't know, dude.
I'm taking that as a win, man.
We'll take the win. We'll take the win. But
Yeah.
that didn't seem like a full-on fight. I think that he's.
I mean, it was
lot
better
more
than last time.
That was a lot better than last time. So Ulrich is pumped right now. I feel like I just read the words of my lord for the first time.
All right, you
I'm
guys.
gonna drop my form and go over to Felix and say, "Are you all right?" And I'll lay him a little healing.
Ulrich
Felix,
snaps out of it. It's like, oh yeah, crap, Felix.
you
You.
unfortunately are going to suffer another point of madness.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, I don't know how many of those Felix can take. Felix,
Can I heal
Is-
those?
Better than being
Different.
dead, man.
We have no idea what
eh,
goes on. by the way.
usually you've seen Felix like after one of his like bouts before. Usually he'll be, I don't know, like practically frothing at the mouth, still angry or mumbling words to himself. This time he just falls to his knees, and you see tears running down his face as he's completely silent.
There,
Just
there.
wipe-
I'll
I just-
pray with you, boy. And,
I just
Ulrich
wipe his
will-
tears and lay a little healing hand on him. I'm
Okay.
not sure what I roll for that.
Confess your sins.
You can use your I believe if you have creation ability, you can use that to give him a little bit of comfort. Unfortunately, we'll say you don't really need to roll for that. It's mostly because you will be able to heal the wound on his arm, but his mind unfortunately has been is in tatters at this point. Let me move this
Wow.
away. I'm gonna whisper you something, Speedy, but
Great.
but that'll be coming. However, you guys are still in this room, this strange chamber. There is.
Does it look? It doesn't look. So Callum is just sort of hanging out in that chair there.
Holy shit! What the hell?
Hell, what?
I. Oh my god! I just looked at the thing. It was like 65 viewers. I'm like, what?
Damn.
Hey, not bad, yo.
Oh shit! Anyway, what are you doing?
I'm going to just like make sure that Felix is at least alive, and then Gurney, just frustrated, sort of just like swears under his breath. He puts on his stone mask, and I just try to like peer around the room, including around Callum. I just want to like, I kind of want to see if this is like. No, actually, I don't want to do that. Gurney just checks to see if Callum is alive. He's sort of like bops him on the forehead. He's like, "Hey, are you real?"
To Callum.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You walk over to Callum, and it is a very similar visage to the old man that you saw. That you saw him, long beard, unkempt hair, just crooked smile. In this kind of grave tender's outfit, sort of the last time you saw him. His hat is not on his head. You can see his slightly balding head. You can see he is strapped down. His chest is rising and falling as if he's breathing. But when you actually go to touch him, the body is going to fall away into dust.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Ulrich,
I think,
is he
yeah.
okay?
Ulrich, I think, just realizes that Felix isn't praying, and then he's just like, "Oh, what the hell? Thought we were having a moment." He'll go and check out the ash and stuff. I don't think he knows if Felix is okay or not.
Vesper, how is he doing? Felix, you there?
I don't know. Felix? Felix?
Hey, your head's still on your shoulders.
He's gone, Felix. He's gone.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's
Missed.
here.
Tatterman, he's gone.
Here.
What?
Here?
I'm here.
Here, good. Yeah, you're here.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Oh,
We're
we
here.
should get going.
Okay, listen. Ulrich, prep the lantern. I'm gonna take a quick check around, and I'm just gonna search the place, including the dust Callum's clothes, like any pockets if he had anything.
Nice.
And I'm going to go to Ulrich, not too loudly because Felix is in a state, but Ulrich, he showed me something. I don't know what it is, but writhing souls, writhing roomfuls of horrible abomination.
Perhaps you were confronted with your sins, my lady.
Oh, stop with the sins. I'm trying to tell you something.
Sorry, I guess it's force of habit. Sorry.
Well, bless your cotton socks, but it was many things. So, and I don't know if it was
real.
Oh.
Did you
Church knows. I
recognize-
don't know. I didn't recognize when or where or what it was. It wasn't the experiments. It wasn't that thing, but it was many. As you would say, it was Legion. I don't know.
Okay. Did you by chance get a glimpse of the moon in this vision?
No. There was no moon.
Well, I guess they're just visions for now. Keep it on your mind, but don't let it get in the way.
Can you bless his sanity back?
Sure. And you see him start sharpening his sword.
I don't mean with blood. I mean truly bless. Can you bless Felix's sanity back?
Oh, you mean like
Felix,
that kind of blessing? Oh no, that's not my thing. No.
Okay.
I just judge.
Oh.
Yeah, and he judges hard. Just look at that sword.
I'll just stand there with the sword.
Well, I know.
Carry on.
Yeah, sword away for now. I said lantern. As Gurney is really like knocking shells over. He's like looking for things.
Glad we cleared that up. All right, yes, I'll help you search.
Fantastic. Close the door.
I'll close the door and start preparing the lantern. I could reinforce the door a little bit too. I don't think it'll take too long to light the lantern or gather that stuff, but I'll have it ready.
Okay.
Sure.
Why the hell did he leave?
Did who leave?
He didn't want to get his ass kicked. That's why.
Hell with that. He's.
Well, when I mentally blasted him, he showed me that image and then he left. He, them.
I don't care about checking what he is. Just that. He just seems really frustrated. Do I find anything in this room?
Yeah. So as you're looking around, this chamber seems to be outfitted very similarly, not exactly, but like I said last time, very similarly to the workshop that you have been to once before. in the sense that there is sort of a shrine at the far back. You make your way to it, and there's what appears to be a female form. This one is wearing a gown of some sort. However, her head, everything from like her head down, her shoulders, down to about here, is covered in like a veil. That it's part of the statue. It's like a cloth has just been placed over her head. The statue is just the woman standing with her hands kind of folded very neatly in front of her. You also notice that actually this statue seems to have more bits to it. It's almost as if the entire back floor is just part of the same statue, because you look down and where you expect to see stuff on the floor, you see things that appear to be carved out of stone and part of the same block. The first thing you notice is there's a stack of books. There are a few more kind of prostrate, sort of worshippers, and then at the feet of all of them, there appears to be not exactly a skull, but more like an egg with many odd holes in it. Again, it's not really an egg, but it's not. At first glance, it looks like a skull, but it's not from any creature or anything you've ever seen before. But you can clearly, as you go over to it, you can make out teeth. You can make out what must be eye sockets, dozens of them, just all over this thing. It doesn't really have a defined shape, or doesn't really have symmetry exactly.
This is pretty gross. It's in the same style. She doesn't. I can't see her face because she's veiled. But does it seem to be in like the same style as the big statue?
Seems to be part of it.
What? Oh.
It's kind of just sitting there at her feet.
Anything I can take in this vicinity that I'm searching?
Yeah. You find on the table right in front of the altar a small, basically right behind the chair where Callum was sat. You find a small kind of like something rolled up in a sort of silken cloth.
I'd like to unroll it. Or silk cloth it.
As you gently take the cloth off, you appear to be looking at something shriveled, desiccated. It's not it's definitely organic in some way, but it's what exactly it is you really can't surmise. It's just kind of curled in on itself. It looks like just this weird, strange piece of meat or old husk of something. Again, dotted with these little with what must be dozens and dozens of these little holes.
I don't let them see this, that I noticed this. I just wrap it back up and put it in my bag without them seeing.
Okay.
And then
Found anything?
There's a shrine back there. It's really creepy.
All right. Anything you've seen before?
It was in the same style as the statue that we saw when we came here through the lantern. It had I'm warning you now, it had a really weird mass. And he's trying to like put it into scientific terms, like it was a mass with teeth, some holes. I think there were some eyes. It was like a conglomeration of parts that weren't like put into a coherent fork. It was just a big lump of nasty. It was somebody carved it.
Did the statue seem old or new?
I guess it's well upkept, as is the rest of this. Does this place seem dusty like the academy?
It's definitely. I mean, it's definitely old. It's
Save
not.
for Callum.
It's not new. But it is. It is potentially It looks potentially like it's been tended. There's no dust, as far as you can tell.
Great.
Sounds more like the experiments.
Well, that's the weird thing, because Callum has a different approach to all of this than his
I mean,
protege.
who would worship that? Who would venerate that?
We don't know who she is. We don't even if it's an actual person. It might be just an idol. But they clearly revere it, and they clearly approach it with a very scholarly approach. I guess I
Thou
don't.
shalt not worship idols.
I have to agree.
Under my breath, I just say false idols.
Oh,
That's true.
Ooh. Anyway, I go. Are we ready? Can we light the lantern?
I'm ready. At least give it a go.
Any false things on that statue, like before we saw?
Any
Any
what?
false?
Oh, that's right. You want to search?
Moving on.
Let's search.
Yeah,
let's
just
search
a quick search.
Secret passages.
Secret-
or
secret-
buttons.
I could try breaking it. I mean, why not, right?
A little.
We
puts
don't
a
like
candle
this
back.
thing.
We. Okay, so apparently there might be a secret button somewhere. We'll look for a secret button, sir.
Okay. I will let you together make one perception check.
You do it, because Gurney doesn't have that.
Well, I have another inspiration.
I've
Oh,
got
so
some
you
decent
say-
perception. I can help you do perception. I've got a D8
Okay.
bonus. Yeah, let's
All right,
do
so
it.
how do we do that?
It would be 2 d20s, and you take the highest, plus your perception skill.
Only she's using advantage, right?
From the
Well,
sound.
you got
There's
no.
one- yeah.
One
single
perception
thing.
check for the group.
I'm gonna go to the
okay.
bathroom.
Oh, okay. So she's doing. Okay, go for it then.
I don't know what perception is for me.
It'll be in the mental.
There it is. 1d6.
Okay.
Does someone have higher than that? Should someone else do this?
Yeah, I've got a 1d8. I can do it then.
You do it.
My eyes aren't as good as they were 100
Okay.
years ago, but
Just whatever it is, make it quick.
okay. Sorry.
It's
Yeah, you
alright.
go.
Plus 1d8. Go. Really? Wow. I told you my eyes weren't so good anymore.
Together, you guys kind of search as best you can around the statue. You don't see anything that stands out, like a hidden switch. You don't really. I mean, since that's what you're looking for, there doesn't seem to be
34.
anything that like. No, it's not 34. It's because that's 2d20s. So it's actually a 20,
Oh.
but
It's- yeah,
it doesn't
take
really
the
matter.
high.
I don't know how to read these things.
It's
okay. There, you don't necessarily find. You don't really find a hidden switch or anything. What you do, however, find. Let's see, is
Some new friends.
there appears to be a like kind of resting on the back wall right behind this statue is a very long metal spear. It has a very like a long blade that is kind of sharpened on one side, and you notice that the spear itself has some kind of some sort of mechanism at the base of the blade.
Well, who's the weapon master here?
Yeah, let's try pulling it out. Yeah, I'll try again. I swear we've seen a spear like this. Was that just in the other dimension?
The
Either way, yeah,
the last time you saw spears, they were thrown by the soldiers, but they weren't this one. This one
Okay,
is
sweet.
quite different.
Yeah, okay. Hell yeah, then.
As you hold this, it is it has a little bit more reach than your sword does. It's long, it's fairly heavy, and you from what you can gather, the thing at the back appears to be like some sort of ratchet mechanism, so that when you strike, the kind of ratchet will like the spring will kind of fire it forwards, and it'll basically like shove this spike out at the bottom of the spear.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hell
Wow.
yeah. But hold on, it shoots the spear out, extends it further, or shoots out the bottom, did you say?
So no, what it does is what it does is the blade kind of like when you ratchet the mechanism back, as far as you can tell, you can swing the spear, and
Okay.
like something it'll kind of strike the back, and
cool.
I guess one of those bore stopping
It's
things
almost like
will
a
kind of,
teeth.
yeah, basically.
Okay. Sick. Okay, sweet. You guys don't mind? Cool.
I'm not gonna blame you.
Nice.
He's got a new
I
toy.
like it. It looks almost like a cross.
Are you the one who should be taking it though? Shouldn't you know? I mean, you have a big sword and all. Felix,
I
do
do.
you want it?
Who needs it?
I mean, Felix, it should be better than. That's.
Ulrich's just like kind of just holds Gurney back a moment. It's just like, are you sure we can still trust him? Wasn't there Slurpy Man inside him now?
Felix is still on his knees, just kind of crying, just looking.
Ulrich's doing a mock like, yeah.
lost.
If we were to just chop off his
He
head.
says, "No, I do not need."
All right.
Alright. Alright.
I think it's best if we get out of here. Then maybe we can sit down, just take a moment to relax. Okay?
Okay.
All for that.
Cool. All right. I could figure this weapon out a little more too.
Yeah. Lantern.
Yeah. Oh,
Lantern.
right.
Lantern.
Right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Knock some flint on it. See what happens.
Give me 1 second here.
Home, home, home.
Home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Okay. As you guys gather around and you light the lantern very, very slowly, you kind of all watch with bated breath as this flame is touched to the wick, hoping that this time it does not go out. And there's a pause. Just you all sit there for what seems like a second that lasts forever, as the fire's touching the wick, and then all of a sudden the wick catches and the blue glow begins to take you. And as this warm blue glow exudes from the lantern and kind of washes over you, you all sort of let out a slight but a pensive sigh of almost relief, as you guys find yourself being overcome by this opaque blue and white light. And as it takes you and the world settles back in around you, you find the image around you resolving. Looking around, you're not quite sure where you are. It's you're in Palemore somewhere, but where exactly? As you look down, you seem to be on some sort of high point in the city. Actually, you seem to be on a very large bridge. You're looking down. actually almost instantly, Gurney, you would recognize this as the bridge that leads to the Cathedral District.
Oh, we're back here.
You actually never took this bridge. You came from the other side.
Okay.
And as you look down below you, there is you kind of, as you get your bearings, there is something catches your eye. Far below the bridge, there appears to be smoke curling into the air, and fires are raging as you look down into what you know as the old Palemore, the old district of the city, the one that a good chunk of this was built on top of, and quite a bit of it seems to be burning.
Oh, just great. Wonderful.
Does that mean we've gone back in time?
Yeah, well, what? Come on. Like... And Gurney is, like, not sure how to answer
We're
that.
yeah, that'd be crazy, right? We didn't go back in time, right?
Okay, okay, Vesper, congratulations. You have survived your first lantern trip.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. After what happened to Markaya. Or Markia.
Who?
And Dr.
Nobody.
Caldas, and
I mean,
soon-to-be
I didn't say
Felix.
anything. Anyways,
we're all alive. That's what matters. Or at least
well, listen.
mostly alive.
And
We're mostly alive.
where and when are we?
We are back in our Palemore. And I look up to the moon. Is it the coordinated color that it should
red,
be?
right? It's supposed to be red, right where we are.
No, the
Because
moon.
My lights are red.
The moon
Shut up.
the moon is yellow in Palemore.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I go, yeah, this is our Palemore.
The moon was yellow when we were in right before we used the lantern, though, wasn't it?
The moon was yellow in the graveyard. The moon was red in the town. The moon was yellow in when you were back in the Cathedral District.
Okay, so that's good then. That's good.
Okay.
That doesn't make
Those
sense.
are the
but
correct
okay.
answers.
I
Right, I thought it was yellow when we left, and when we
Well-
jumped lantern, that's when it turned red.
We lit the lantern to go to the Waking Dream. It was red. Then we ran around in the Waking Dream. We ran through the graveyard. In the graveyard, it was yellow.
Yes.
And then we
Oh,
ran
yeah.
back into
With
town where the
Talman.
Tatterman
He
was,
sent
and
us
then
back.
it was red.
what is happening?
Yeah, we
And then we
plane
left the
slipped. We plane
No,
and
you didn't-
time slipped.
You didn't. No. Okay, so you we'll accept. We'll sort of basically you the moon has been yellow in Palemore. It's been a full yellow moon. The moon when you went into town into Briarstone was red. It was red on a blue, kind of a purplish sky. You went through the manor, and you emerged in the graveyard where the sky was a dark blue, and the moon was yellow. And then, as you emerge back into Palemore now, as far as you know it, the moon is all the sky is a kind of milky blue, purplish, and the moon is full and yellow.
All right. Are we on the bridge, or are we somewhere like else up high?
You are on the bridge.
Oh boy, this is bad.
Yeah.
I look to all of you and say, okay, it's not good to be out in the open like this.
Yeah.
I say we go to the Cathedral District. We either go to our good friend Oliver, or
That one lady.
Gurney's face sort of goes slack, and he looks at Ulrich and he says, Ulrich, do you have that locket?
Locket. Do I have it?
The one, which one?
You know the one.
Yeah.
The one you took off the tortured man?
Yeah, the tortured guy that was a
Yeah,
part of the
okay.
wall.
Yes, you have
Okay.
that locket.
Then yeah, what do you mean this locket?
Yeah. We
My
should.
lucky locket, for sure.
Okay. What did it say inside it again? It said.
I don't know. I don't know why I have all the key
I remember
items
it
right
had.
now.
Amelia is a girl that I tell you this, Vesper. Amelia is this girl we ran into in the Cathedral District. She locked herself in her house, and
Yeah.
she basically.
We should need to look for red torches, right? That's any kind of safe house will have that outside.
Yeah, she wanted us to look for her father and mom. We kind of found her father because he has the same name as the locket. guy that had the locket.
Oh.
So we need to go talk to her, tell her dad's dead, and that she can't stay in that house. She has to go to either the church. So basically, we can either have a rest in the church with Oliver, or we can go to Felix's best friend, apparently.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
she's the one who told us to go to the Sanguinary in the first place.
You know what? As much as I don't trust her, maybe that's better that we go, because maybe she knows the way to fix Felix. Like maybe she can get that thing out.
She told
I
us
think
to
that's her
come
best
back
bet.
soon.
Here's the thing: we'll go see if we can get Amelia. Then we'll go to Guinevere, and we'll see if we can get her take on Felix. Try to get him back up to stuff.
All right, so you're saying go that way, and Ulrich starts pointing with his new spear.
I mean, I'd rather go back to the Cathedral District where I know it's bad, but I have no idea what's happening in Old Palemore. I have, and you see, Gurney gets a little stressed out about Old Palemore. He's like, I
Don't
can't say what's
stress
happening.
out. You're gonna make your whole chafe.
Oh, come on. All right, so
All
this
right, well, we can think as we go. At least let's just get off the bridge. Yeah.
Okay.
let's get off the bridge. Amelia first.
Lead
Yeah,
on.
okay.
All
Cool,
right,
let's do it.
we try to march towards the Cathedral District to Amelia's house.
Nice. Let's do it.
Okay.
And then we will decide whether we can head to Guinevere's or Oliver's. I'm leaning towards Guinevere because,
Yeah, I think I think that's the only chance really to get, at least have her look at Felix. I mean,
she's we
if
don't know
she
how
did
much
set a
time-
trap and she did want that to happen, I feel like the only option for us is to spring the trap. Because she sent us there, right? Like you said.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but we didn't get anything there. We kind of just had to run away from it.
well, one of us got something. He looks over, gestures to Felix.
I'm trying to look at that as positive as I can, Ulrich.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm always positive.
Actually, we did get some. We did get something out of this.
Oh yeah, I got this cool spear.
Oh my God! No, we got
sorry.
Vesper.
I started putting it through the hole in your chest, like, oh.
Oh my God! How dare you!
Oh.
I batted away.
Sorry.
I'm like, that's
Sorry.
dangerous. You'll ruin the spear.
Sorry, you're right. It's actually a
Do you
really
want it
bad
to turn
idea.
into your sword right there?
Yeah, like he looks at the sword again. It's like crap. All right, good call. Good. That's why my only friend here.
Yeah. Ah.
All right,
There you
there
go,
you go.
Vesper. You're welcome to come with us. I mean, I'm talking already as if you've already made that decision. I haven't really asked you now that we're back here.
Yeah.
well, safer in
Alright.
numbers.
We could use a woman with your talents, and kind of looks, make sure he can't see through you right now. It's like, all right, yeah, she's there.
Just joking. Just joking. Yeah, safer in numbers. Let's lead on. Let's get out of such a visible vantage point.
Actually, Gurney turns towards you and says, "Actually, you mentioned you had a husband, but did you have any children?
Unfortunately, no.
Did you ever want them? Because we're kind of about to adopt Amelia right now."
Well, let's
Funny.
hope your maternal instincts kick in. Come on,
Hey,
we gotta
can
get
always
going.
hope for that.
I lead on.
Yeah, it's like,
Just going to
it's
look
like,
uncomfortable.
is this really the
completely
place?
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Completely not the time or place to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to worry about Felix first. Let's see if we can help him.
Yeah, I kind of just, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, Felix.
Okay, Felix is just kind of quietly following you guys. He's
Are
not
you
really-
still crying?
He's not crying anymore,
No,
but he's
that's
just kind
good.
of sullen.
So you
Looks
guys,
like tears, but it's just
He's-
that
it's
silver
kind of
slug
like-
coming out of his eye.
Yeah.
No.
He's kind of like
oh my
almost in a
God.
trance,
Okay,
just
hold
following
on.
you. He doesn't really seem to be thinking. much.
Astrid, before we make that decision to go to Guinevere, I want to check to see if that silk-wrapped present I have is still in my bag.
Oops.
yes, it is. However, do you open it?
Not while they're around, no.
Okay. Fair enough then.
And we move forth towards Amelia's house.
Amelia or Guinevere? Which one are you going to?
We want to go pick up Amelia first, and then go to Guinevere.
Okay.
I hope we can walk around with the little girl in the middle of the street with all the stuff that's happening.
Did you want to look inside the brooch, by the way, and figure out see what was inside it? Because I don't know if you guys ever did that. The locket, I mean.
I think Ulrich just did this motion, so I assumed we had opened it.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't think I ever went over what was in it. Ulrich,
I opened it in Gurney's direction, then I was like, here, just in case something.
You see inside this kind of golden locket, there is an image. It is faded. It is clearly well worn, but you can make out a picture of what appears to be a woman and a young blonde girl. The woman, most of her features are kind of worn away. You can't really see on the picture. It's a little bit faded, a little bit dirty. However, she seems to be you can see her clothing is well made, and you can make out she has a green shawl, I guess like a scarf or something that kind of sits on her shoulders. It's got it fairly obvious.
Like a Galway shawl.
Yeah, but nothing like the pattern and the design of it doesn't match up with any of the statues with cloth over them.
Nothing
right?
you've seen, no.
Nothing. Okay, cool.
Oh, good question.
That'd be nasty.
Yeah, so let's just remember green, and then little kind of shawl thing.
Okay. Other than that,
Green, Guinevere, 2 G's. Coincidence?
You guys make your way into the cathedral district. This is Vesper. This is probably not your first time in the cathedral district as a whole, but you have not been here in quite some time. It was a little bit far from your way. However, you did have to travel through here, through parts of this place to get to the Lunaris Temple. In the lower part, the Sanguinary. The district is, as you guys remember, this bridge is just loaded with statues. They are in the same way you remember them. That many people with their eyes covered with cloth, just hands raised to the sky in kind of a pose like this. There's on this bridge. There's probably nearly 24 of them or more. They're just in all different positions. They seem to be kind of cluttered and placed very haphazardly. Inside the district itself, you can hear kind of the cawing of crows as you see more of these caskets. Some of them bound with chains, some of them not. Some of them covered nailed with wood planks that are just lined up against the walls, stacked on carts or in the streets. It's the district, the place you enter through a large broken down gate is empty. However, almost instantly you are reminded that this place is crawling with people that still exist here. You can hear sounds of breaking, the sounds of growling and screaming. You can hear low, kind of muffled groans and scraping of stone against stone. Just all echoing through the night towards you as you make your way through the large broken wooden gate.
I am quite nervous, and I'm scanning. I'm scanning for anyone that knew me or knew what was up in there in that castle.
Are you guys attempting to stay hidden, or are you just walking out on the streets?
I'm certainly being a little stealthy.
Yeah, I think we'd be moving with a little bit of discretion, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're all on the side, shadow to shadow. Felix is just walking in the middle of the street.
I'm gonna help.
Charlie
if he's
Brown
not
music
aware,
playing behind them.
it's great. If Felix isn't aware, I'm
He's
gonna
kinda
like,
following
subtly help Felix along.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean he'll follow your lead without too much guidance, really.
Okay.
Not really saying anything, but he's doing it.
You guys are you're kind of huddled together, picking your way through these cramped little alleyways between buildings, shops, and church structures. Buttressed bell towers and other ornate structures, statues and coffins, unused tombstones litter the streets as a chill wind blows around you. You guys have to kind of stop and duck behind a wall as you see this thing seems to be like trudging down the street about 100 feet or so ahead of you. It's just completely covered in this in like a black some kind of black canvas tarp or cloth that covers its entire body. This thing is humanoid, but it stands nearly 10 feet tall, as it is just in a long kind of lanky arm dragging along the stone a giant, like what looks like a giant masonry block or something. It's just against the stone as this thing takes big kind of lumbering steps, headed somewhere. This looks similar or reminiscent to one of these strange kind of mutations you guys saw on the other bridge.
They was carrying coffins though, right? Yeah.
That was a man. You also saw a giant too on one of the bridges, if you remember.
Oh, these are. Oh, look. Is this one of the giant guys?
It's a little bit smaller than that, but it looks similar.
Okay, but he's larger than a normal man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And you can see it's as it kind of lumbers.
Let's not split giant hairs.
As it lumbers past, you guys have to watch and wait as this thing kind of continues to trudge down the stairs. As you take slow, careful steps, you have to cross around the edge of the wall surreptitiously. You pass congregations of these white kind of robed clerics. You've seen them before, just sort of marching single file down the street. Sometimes they're carrying stretchers, other times they're carrying like white flags or banners. You're not really sure what they're doing or where they're going, but you've seen them once or twice before. But they don't seem to be interacting with everything. As you very, very surreptitiously make your way in a long and arduous trek, eventually you can find the entrance of the district where you spotted that first incense lantern.
Is it lit?
Okay.
The lantern is still lit, but it is dim.
We go. Oh, yes,
Let's get in. Looks like we're just in time.
Okay. What do you do you want to run right up to the window?
I'll run up wherever.
Yeah, sneak a peek or.
I'm like, yeah, Vesper, look through the window, see if she's there. I sort of go up to the door or wherever I can and just sort of like knock gently.
I'll be watching the street then.
Okay. You knock
You want
on.
me to be a peeping Tom in a window I've never been, in a home I've never been in?
Well, you're not in ghost mode, so you just look like a beautiful lady.
Hell.
It'll look better than if one of us does it.
You have a point. All right, I'll go look.
Okay. You can't. The window you guys remember the last time you saw it was barred with metal, and it was kind of closed off. You could hear from the other side, but you can't really see anything inside. There does appear to be a dim light on. But as you knock on the door, there's a minute or two of hesitation before you hear a very faint. Hello, is that you? Oh, I recognize your smell. You don't smell like
I was just about to be the one normal person.
You don't smell like beasts.
That's great to hear.
Hmm.
Hey,
Did,
it's
did,
me, Gurney.
Did you find mom and dad?
Ulrich's like,
I
well,
turned to Ulrich
yeah.
and I motioned for the locket.
okay. Well, child, how about this? Everyone with a dad step forward. Not so fast, little girl.
You're rotten.
You're rotten.
But we do have this. Yeah.
I take back control. I get the locket and I say, Amelia, we did find your father.
She's, oh, is he all right? You know, he went out to hunt like you.
Oh, my dear.
Yeah, we know.
We know. And he was valiant in his efforts, Amelia, but unfortunately, he died. And we have his locket right here.
He
He
died.
was-
Sorry, go ahead.
He was so brave.
Oh my god. As she says this, I'm just getting flashbacks of that scene and just like, oh god.
He was so brave.
We have not
And I
found-
know he wanted so much to get back to you. He tried so very hard.
Aye.
But he is at peace now. I'm so sorry.
He's in a better place now, child. With God.
She
He's
kind
in a
of
better place.
there's sort of silence on the other side of the door for a few seconds.
We're not even inside yet. Oh my god.
No, we aren't. No.
Oh,
I would
shit.
have never said that through a door.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we were inside too. That's
No,
funny.
reverse.
All right.
There is
Okay, oh, fuck.
there is silence and it's
We should have rolled deception.
No,
Honey,
I'm gonna.
Daughter, I'm home.
Continue.
there's silence for a few seconds, and then a few more, and then a few more.
I ask her if
Before
she's
you-
still there.
You hear a
Aww.
did you bring home mother? She went out to find him when he didn't come home.
May we
Let's
show
talk
you?
about that inside.
Amelia, I think it'll be better if we talk about where to go next with the search for your mother. We have not found her, but we are still looking. But I needed to come back and tell you about your father because he wanted. Your lantern is going low. It's not going to be safe here for very long.
Aye.
And I promised him that I would take you to a safe place. His last words to me were to ensure that you were safe and taken care of. And I want you to help me keep that promise. And I want to use all the advantage I can on this deception check.
Sure.
Nice.
I mean, he really turned himself inside out to make sure we got this to you.
No, too soon.
Fuck me.
Oh, goodness.
This is gonna.
That's good.
Oh my god. Is there anything else I can do, Askren?
Besides,
Besides my 2d20s and my 1d6 in persuasion. I mean deception.
Can I help him?
What if we just show her the locket? Do we show her that from the window?
Can the locket give me extra extra d20, extra advantage?
Yeah. Use it to hypnotize her.
if you find a way that you can use it She hasn't opened the door, and she doesn't seem like she's going to, at least at this point. So if you can find a way to use the locket to your advantage, I will allow you to.
Okay. I'd just like to add, not only that, but the locket is the only possession he had. And I'd like to give it to you. But I can't with this door closed and those windows barred shut. You deserve it. Will that help?
I'll give you one more try. No,
Alright,
no, I
so-
mean one more try. One more try with the locket.
Locket? I look to all of you and I'm like, help me.
It's. You want the locket, don't you? That's the last thing to remember
Oh,
your father by.
It's something about her mother. Something about her mother. It was a green shawl, right? Or a green something. Do we?
Yeah,
My dear, did your mother wear a green shawl?
That's what her picture is.
She, you hear. She had a green scarf that father gave her. She wore it
That's
everywhere.
That's
Well,
the one.
Did you
Please,
find?
She was
Did you
wearing a
find?
shawl.
Did you
Different
find
person.
her?
Will you please open the door? Please open the door.
I'm just gonna do
We're
it.
looking at her now.
I'm just gonna do it.
Go for it.
12. Oh wait, no, 9.
Shit.
You guys, she says, well, if that must mean she's still out there.
Yeah, we want to take you to her. Let's go.
Oh my god. You did not just do that.
Should I not said this?
I don't know. I don't know. I go.
All the only thoughts that are coming to Ulrich right now
I
are
go.
just
I
breaking
go.
down the
Okay,
door.
listen. We haven't found her. We know what she looks like, and we know what she's wearing. We wanted to check with you to make sure. We also met a friend of your mother's, and we'd like to take you to her.
She says, did you meet grandmother?
Yeah. She was pretty old, so
A grandmother.
that's possible.
A.
Yes, we met a grandmother.
Oh my god, you guys are horrible. I go, no. No. I'm sorry, Amelia. But
Look, kid.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Amelia, I lied. I'm sorry, I'm treating you like a child and I shouldn't. Your father died. And the only way we really knew who he was because of this locket. We do have it. We do have the locket. And I jingle it and I say, I lied to you. I'm sorry, but it's not safe for you to be here. Soon that lantern's gonna come out and the smell of us might be a comfort, but your place is gonna get swarmed with monsters. They're going to come. And this door, those bars aren't gonna keep them out. I'm sorry I lied to you, but I know I was correct. I know I was telling the truth when I said your father would not want you to stay here. He would want you to go somewhere safe.
He speaks the truth, child.
Please open the door.
Listen to
Give me
God.
give
I
me
mean yourself, your heart.
a persuasion check with advantage.
Yes.
Nice.
Persuasion is my
Do it, Gurney.
Yes,
Do
it
it.
is. Go, baby.
Saying sorry is the best thing ever.
Nice.
Please, God.
Oh, explosion. Nice. You did it.
Use that 18.
That's 2 explosions.
Or do you want me to?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shite.
Okay.
We killed her.
Okay, I'm gonna
Shit.
reroll the 6 explosion. Okay, so that's 3, 6, 12, 32. Askren, do you want me to use that 18, or do you want me to roll a new d20?
Well, you used the higher.
Well, right, but the 20 explodes, so
The 20
should I roll?
exploded.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. 27, 36, 39.
Nice.
Nice.
You there's a long kind of pause before you hear
Yes.
Oh my god.
as
Ulrich's gonna
as
ready
you
his spear.
as you hear a heavy like a few heavy metal bolts on the other side of the door. Seems like takes a little while, but eventually you guys are the door itself will just kind of creak open.
I put on my best
Go.
smile.
Go.
I sort of like turn to Felix. I'm like, smile.
What? Wait, 1 second. Do we know she's alone in there? Do we know she's alone in there? And is that really her voice?
The door's
We
open.
saw her through the window, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope,
Okay,
we
shit.
only heard her voice.
Well, then I am ready in the spear. Hell yeah, this is gonna be sick.
Oh my
Just-
god!
No.
Saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
The
I'm
door
just
creaks
standing here,
open.
block
Do
it
we see
out,
her
and-
standing inside?
No, it's dark inside. You can see there's a faint light
Oh.
coming from a room
Oh,
just
no.
open.
Oh,
just
no.
to the left of the door.
Fuck
But
yeah, it's a little girl.
Well,
I-
in the
I-
dark, hiding from monsters in the dark. Oh god.
I stand ready. Biggest smile ever. Holding the locket out. I try to step in front of all these other paranoid buttholes.
you see,
Arms
it's
open. Yeah.
there is a hallway inside, but it is dark. There's no one standing there.
There's no one standing there?
All right. Well, either way, let's get inside. Lock the door. I'll start pushing.
Oh,
them in,
I'm so scared.
And I'll be like, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my mask and I'm gonna turn on like my sight. Like I'm just gonna make sure I can see in the dark.
Okay.
Someone, whoever can
True
see in the
sight.
dark, do it now.
Does true sight? Let me check. True sight. It's a boon. I'm trying to check what I have to beat the power level. Oh, power level 5? Full of crap.
It's a DC 20.
Okay. Say what?
That's a DC 20.
DC 20? That's disgusting. I have a lot of advantage.
no way you're gonna do
I have 2 advantage left. I'm gonna use one of them for this.
Right.
And my mask. Prescience 5. Hey,
Oh.
that's
Wait.
a total of 23, sir.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, Gurney's mask, it like
You did it!
thing flats right over the side of his face, and it just glows with this, like the smoke from his like fistula starts pouring into it, and you can just see the eye socket is like steaming with like smoke and mist.
Ugh. Ulrich will just be locking the door while he's having. a
Yeah, I
peep
just
show.
want to
Okay.
be able to see in the dark, and if
Okay.
anybody is there, I'd like to see them.
There's no one. There's no as your vision kind of shifts into this kind of reddish green hue. You don't
Yeah.
see anyone in front of you immediately. Hold on 1 second.
Felix is gonna turn on his blood sense. First thing he's done in a while.
Okay.
Try and sense if there's like any heartbeats at all in the building.
That would have been good earlier.
I mean, had no reason to doubt before.
It's
Right,
a little
right.
girl. Why would you doubt?
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
We're fine. This
Just
is
yell
fine.
out.
So
Yeah. Daddy's home.
Oh no!
Oh gosh.
We'll
Who wants barbecue?
So you
Barbecue,
you
anyone?
you focus your mind and you kind of tune out the kind of the noises around you, the noises kind of swirling in your ears, and you hear you can pick out Ulrich's and then Gurney's, and then the next thing you hear is a very very small, very faint heartbeat somewhere within the house.
Can I tell
Nearby.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
where? Amelia, where are you? We're here. We're friends.
Oh.
It's me, Father Felix.
He's a priest. That's why he's father.
Gurney, are you walking into the house?
Ouch.
Yes, I
Okay.
am walking straight into the house, down the hallway. I'm just trying
You-
to, like.
As you turn down into this into the room on your left, where there kind of is that faint flickering torchlight, it is you kind of scan the room in this reddish tinge, looking for anything, and there's a candle lit. There seems to be a small plate with some food that is sitting on a table nearby. There doesn't seem to be anyone immediately around, and then something catches your eye as you notice a very, very small head is peeking out from behind a chair.
I sort of put up a hand to the rest of you. I'm like, come on inside. It's fine. And I say, Felix, shut the door behind you, just in case.
Okay.
No, I shut the front door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we're going into another room. Sorry.
I enter that
yeah.
room.
Okay.
I sort of like do this, like try to like cover up my nastiness, and I hold out the locket and I say, Amelia, this is yours.
For only 20 gold.
There's a pause as you can
But wait,
sense
there's more.
you can sense these eyes, these big kind of blue eyes that are just peeking out from the arm of this chair, are just kind of watching you intently as a very small hand is going to just reach out and take the locket quickly. And as it kind of disappears back behind the chair, you hear, "Are we going somewhere safe?"
Yes.
Yes. Your final destination.
No.
Until this blows over.
No.
Until this blows over.
Ulrich, no.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread the situation. Sorry.
come on.
Sorry.
He's such a goof.
All right.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you need to pack?
We'll say for the sake of expedition, you can quickly kind of. She doesn't have anything really to take with her. I mean, it's surviving the night is kind of the goal here.
She
But
got some food.
she's not very talkative. She's very, very shy. As she kind of clings probably to Gurney, like behind Gurney's leg. Where do you want to go? You are basically inside this house, but you have to go back out onto the streets of Palemore. What is the plan?
I like to spend a little time studying the makeshift maps that Gurney has made of the Cathedral District,
Mhm.
and just find the safest route to Guinevere's.
Nice.
Okay, Guinevere's clinic was basically right in front of the Grand Cathedral.
Oh shit, that place.
Yeah, it was. You had exited the Grand Cathedral, and it was right across the plaza from there.
Yeah.
How close now between Oliver's Chapel and Guinevere's clinic? Which is the closest?
Reardon Chapel is not terribly far from here. I'd say they're both probably about equal-ish distance, depending on the path you took.
Yeah.
I say we stop by the whatchamacallit, Guinevere's or whatever first, or the lady that liked Felix before we go to the cathedral, because we don't know what's in there. If there's those soldiers, the Ebony Legion.
Yeah.
It's
Actually,
like
that's
we
a good
know.
point. The
Yeah.
soldiers have been walking around. We don't know if they've taken over that chapel.
Yeah.
Oliver's great, but you saw him. He can't move. So listen,
Okay.
we go to Guinevere's. It's unlikely that she's aligned with the soldiers. Not only that, she can walk.
Yeah.
Help
And
take care
make
of
sure she's alive.
her. She's alive.
Well,
Like,
she's got medical training and stuff, right? So
yeah, and she'll have tasks. Like she'll be able
Yeah.
to, play.
I just want her to look at all of us, but then I'm like, Felix.
And she said she had something for me.
Now
Okay.
that's
Oh.
a time that we don't know if that's done yet. We can check in. This is another reason why we're going to Guinevere's. But I want to get there fast. I don't want to have Amelia out in the streets too long.
Serious, you should grow longer legs, little girl. You're slowing us down.
I'll give her a piggyback ride. Jeez.
We haven't even left yet.
No, because I have to look over these maps.
You can pick a way to Guinevere's. You are fairly certain that you can take back alleys and hidden paths. It would take a little bit more time, but it would possibly be a little bit less dangerous. You could, in theory, take the sewers, or you could take the open streets.
Not with a child. Yeah, let's not with a child. Let's stay above sewer level.
The streets would probably attract more attention, run more of a risk of running into people, but
The problem with that is that
you get there faster.
The last time we went to the sewers, people, we got
This, and Ulrich holds up his sword, and you can see like half of it's like kind of scorched and dead.
it kind of
Ooh.
juicy. Listen, we can go through the sewers. It'll be safer. It might be a little faster, maybe. But
Big rats,
I can't guarantee what's down there.
fangs the size of your head.
Oh, yes, they don't exist. So,
Oh.
if it's faster and safer, all right.
Okay. Well,
Faster, safer, and smellier.
in that case,
I say Gurney's the map master, so Ulrich's kind of like whatever he
like-
decides, I'm gonna go with.
I'm so paranoid about the
Uh,
sewers, but I hate the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on the plus side, we have a lot more options on the streets. If we did have to run different locations
This is a
versus the
fact.
sewers.
Because if we get caught in the sewers, if we get boxed
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
sewers,
that's
we're stuck.
Yeah.
We'll take the sewers when we don't have someone so small.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Alright.
we start on the streets. If it looks like we've
Yeah,
got
we duck
problems,
in the
we duck in.
sewers. Yeah, that's an
Well,
option.
so here's the plan. We're taking the streets.
Okay.
And if we need an emergency escape, we'll go to the sewers.
Plan B, yeah.
And I'll lay out a list of all the nearby sewer gates that I might, or like ports that I might have saw throughout the
Nice.
street.
Yeah.
That's something like Gurney would take detail of.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're going to make it through the streets just fine, and Guinevere will be.
Yeah.
And as a cartographer, do you maybe know about any other below ground city passages other guilds may know of?
Well, we're not deep enough for that sort of thing.
Right.
Gurney's
I
like,
Glad
tell
you got
you,
my meaning.
that's
All right.
above your pay grade.
I can tell you,
Okay.
the Academy has lots of places, but we're not deep enough.
All right. Let's go. I'm
All right.
gonna make sure I pack up any little bits of food for Amelia.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I
and
have
then head out.
some holy crackers if anybody wants any.
All right.
Oh,
As you guys emerge into the streets, I want to remind you all for picking up Amelia, you all have natural 20s.
Wow, cool. Nice. We did a good deed.
Okay.
I thank God for this natural 20.
We have a natural
don't
what?
don't listen to them. We're gonna be just fine.
I'm just fine.
Okay. So you guys are taking the open streets or the back alleys?
Back alleys.
Back above ground.
Okay.
We want to avoid attention, even though it
Mhm.
might take us a little longer.
Yeah.
All right.
The most streamlined back alleys there ever were.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't think those exist.
You guys
No more, yeah.
you guys eventually you are able to navigate your way. Let me just change this up a little bit.
And Gurney doesn't like Gurney keeps in the middle. He puts Ulrich in the front, Felix in the back, Vesper sort of on the sides just in case. and he just tries to make sure that Amelia is like right behind him or next to him the entire time. And he doesn't go so fast. He makes sure she can keep up.
Nice.
And he says, if you get tired, I will give you a piggyback ride. I really will.
Tiny legs.
Make sure she doesn't see your fistula.
Oh, I tried to cover that up.
Nice.
It's not really a fistula now.
He's
it's
walking
just
like this.
Gaping
like-
hole, yeah.
Just pretending it's cold out.
chilly out tonight.
All right. As you guys make your way down the alleyways, you kind of attempt to silence your footfalls on the wet cobblestones. You do your best to navigate between the buildings, keeping out of sight of the streets. It is slow going. You have to. So there are instances of climbing, of navigating around, or through buildings that have been abandoned or broken down. You can see the alleyways are full of carts just loaded up with either coffins or just cloth-wrapped bodies. There are tombstones. There's all kinds of detritus littering the alleyways. You see you catch glimpses of things, just maddened dogs or dark humanoid shapes making their way this way and that way in the dark of night as they pass by where you can see out. As you guys are approaching, it takes you quite a while. However, you hear voices echoing from somewhere amongst the buildings. And as you're making your way towards the grand cathedral, its structure kind of growing on the horizon every time every step you take towards it, you hear loud noises. It sounds like many people, like many muffled voices. They're all cheering and chanting. They are singing praises. It sounds like they're kind of drunk with glee. And as you guys stop in an alley, like one alleyway opens up to the streets, and you can see this sort of round plaza with a large fountain in the center of it. The fountain itself is a statue of a woman who is she is just holding holding a sword or something up into the air, but most of the statue has been broken down. You see you catch a glimpse of what looks like dozens of torches as men, similar to the ones you've seen before. You can see they're tall, they're lanky, they have most of them are wearing hats and ratty clothing, beards and long hair just down their shoulders and necks. You could see some of them are holding ropes and chains, and as a group, they seem to be dragging something. Others seem to be carrying pitchforks or spears or large knives as they gather in a crowd. And do you guys want to stick around and watch, or do you want to just get away?
Did you say did they have any specific colors?
They seem their clothing seems to indicate that this is similar to what you ran into once before when you freed that man from some beast plagued men. This seems to be a crowd of city folk who have possibly turned feral.
Yeah.
And there's like 20 or more of them.
It's about 24-ish.
24.
They seem distracted with this revelry.
Oh, they haven't noticed you. They are definitely into whatever it is they're doing, which is why if you'd like to...
They're building a henge.
Can I
Then let's
notice what they're excited about, by any chance?
Yeah, if you guys want to wait a few seconds to see what's going on.
Sure. If they don't notice us, I definitely want to stick around and see what they're dragging.
Yeah.
What this thing is.
So it's
Felix is fascinated.
As the crowd seems to kind of park, you notice that they are dragging something large, something only making wet sounds against the pavement. It appears to be a creature of some sort.
I cover Amelia's eyes. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Good
good
one.
for you. Yeah,
Good
smart, smart.
And I whisper, we're going to make a run for it, but very quietly, okay?
All right, you guys see as they all kind of begin heaving this thing up, and a few of them at the front take their chains around the other side of this fountain, and they begin just heaving. And you can see it appears what they're doing is as they've dragged this thing into the courtyard to this fountain, they appear to be like using their chains to haul this thing up, to like lift it, you know, pulley style up onto the top of the statue, almost as if it's being in the process of being crucified or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're probably gonna set up to burn this globe. Whatever
Possibly.
This thing is.
It's big.
Yeah.
How
It is big.
Like,
The thing
Giant.
alive.
like,
Maybe it's a
like the
giant.
size of a Volkswagen big, the size of a city bus big.
Size of a giant.
The
Size of
creature
what?
the creature itself is probably about between 10 and 12 feet. But it is covered in blood and hair. You can't make out much of its form, like much of what it is.
Is it dead?
Appears
They got the
to
crap kicked
possibly
out of
be.
it. Okay.
I shake my head and say, we gotta leave this right now.
I don't think there's anything we can,
I'm for
anything
that.
we can do
Let's
for
go.
him.
Okay.
Felix
Guys, we
hesitates
gotta
for a second,
roll.
looking at them, but and keeps his eyes trained on them, but he's still following.
Alright.
Oh,
them.
Felix, look at this. Felix, look over here. And I'm. It's
As-
like
Look at this
lovely
brick.
architecture.
Oh,
This is a weird
That's
brick.
You
He's
you,
fascinated
That's funny.
with what they're doing, but he's not looking away from them, but he is still following you.
you guys
Okay,
you,
good. We
you
keep
guys
going.
make your way down the alleyway. Felix, as you keep your eyes, like, you know, a building or something kind of blocks your vision, but you keep your eyes trained. So like the next time you pass by an opening, you can kind of see the thing again. Your eyes are always focused in that direction, so you catch glimpses, and it looks like once they've kind of hauled this thing up, and they appear to be kind of stabbing it with pitchforks and spears, you can see one man with two large kind of like meat cleavers in his hands kind of goes up to this thing, and you see him begin using a cleaver, and it looks like just as this thing, the whole scene is kind of filling your vision. Yeah, I can do that. Just as the whole scene is kind of filling your vision, it looks like he begins carving into this thing,
Whoa.
just doing something to it, a knife burying in its flesh, and you can hear almost a low kind of rumbling, like pained gurgle as he does this, and right as the blade kind of goes in, and he looks like he's about to pull it down, a building blocks your view, and the vision is taken away from you.
Oh my god.
Oh. You see Felix gripping his head. It hurts. It hurts.
I'm just gonna kind of link my arm in his and just kind of chatter nonsensically to him, just talking about Amelia and getting to Guinevere, and we're just gonna. I know.
People
Okay,
can be so cruel.
let's get to Guinevere's. Let's get to Guinevere's house.
Okay. Yes. Kind of fear.
Yeah, Gurney just has his brow furrowed. He's quiet.
You're not.
If you don't brush your teeth, that's what'll happen to you, Amelia.
Oh my god, you're the worst uncle ever.
Oh my god.
Like the worst uncle ever.
Oh, please
Well,
quote
this is a
that.
good moment. This is a good time to ingrain some morals in her. Oh, I should have said if you missed church on Sundays.
Don't say pull my finger.
Oh.
Don't say pull my
Next
finger.
time. Yeah.
Next time.
All right, you guys. As you leave this place, this plaza where this group of men are working, and you kind of make your way deeper into the alleys. Eventually, you will see the grand cathedral kind of looming its giant, towering form, bell towers soaring high into the air. You can see the stained glass windows that that ring most of it. It's a familiar sight. Obviously you've been here before, and from here you can very quickly navigate your way across the courtyard to Guinevere's clinic. The door is closed. There's a red lantern burning outside.
Knock on the door.
There's a pause for a little while before you hear some shuffling. And it says, a voice says, "Oh, hello. Have you returned? You returned for me. Has your hunt been successful?"
Open the
Check-
door.
Yeah.
Check for
We won't talk out here. Open the door. This is urgent.
heartbeats.
Oh, you've brought someone who needs shelter.
We all need shelter, please.
Yes.
We all need shelter.
All 4 of us need shelter.
There is a momentary silence before a metal latch clicks and the door is pushed open, and you like at the end of the hall you see you see kind of hands kind of clasped in front of her, the familiar form, aproned nurse kind of outfit of Guinevere, the blood matron.
I usher everyone, including Amelia, in.
I'm going to like see her, and I'm just going to try like kind of collapse in front of her, and if I can hug her, I will.
I try to pick Felix up and pull
Not like
aside.
not collapse, just. You're a sight for sore eyes.
She kind of like takes a step over to you and kind of catches your arms. It says, you've returned, but there's trouble in your eyes. Please come inside. You look weary. You look in need of nourishment. And
Thank
she
you,
will
madam.
close the door behind you guys.
I'll help Amelia in and.
All right. Amelia is very, very shy, very quiet, still kind of clinging to Gurney. Guinevere will kind of lead you guys back into the familiar clinic space that she has. You can see the operating tables, the IV rack kind of things, glass-fronted alchemical shelves filled with all kinds of tools and potions and medicines. There are seats, places to sit, stand around that, and you guys very quickly, find calmness for at least a moment.
Nice. Whew. Yeah. It's relatively safe in here.
I whisper to Guinevere really quickly, the doctor is dead. Don't bring it up very often. I don't want this girl to get the wrong idea.
Very smart.
And Ulrich sees them talking and kind of goes up there and it's like, yeah, so did you tell her about Felix, Gurney?
We just got here.
Oh, I thought that's what you two were talking about.
Well, I'm going to.
Oh,
I mean, look at him. I figure she can already tell that there's something wrong with him.
Felix is just sitting with his hands in his head, sitting at a table.
Nice.
Right. I just make sure Amelia, hey, sit down here for a second, okay? And I give her a piece of paper and some charcoal, and I just say,
Nice.
go wild, draw for a bit.
Here's some red ink. Draw with that.
Oh.
Guinevere
No,
will,
not while Felix is around.
Guinevere will kind of take you all aside and say, I appreciate you bringing this child to me. Is she sick? Is she harmed in any way? Is there anything I can do to help?
Her name is Amelia Guinevere, and she, her father is dead. She was in a house with a lantern that was warding off the beasts. Her mom is still missing. I'm almost certain that she's probably dead too, considering what's happening in the city. I say this low enough so she can't hear us. and I say, Guinevere, we came here, one, to make sure Felix is himself.
He's sick. We need to make him better.
But we also brought her here for you to take care of in the meantime. This place is safe, and you seem to be a responsible walking adult.
She
And a good-looking piece of work, if I may say.
she says, I assure you on the oath I have taken that my clinic will always be a sanctuary. I will treat and heal as I can.
Okay, that's great, because there's something really weird with Amelia. She can smell us.
Well, that is that.
No, not like BO kind of smell us. Like,
Yeah, not like this kind of smell. And I just open and show her my... I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, she claims she can smell the beasts.
I'm sure you've noticed their scent is quite distinctive.
That's... I hope that's what you mean, and I hope that's what the case is. But still...
She kind of furrows an eyebrow. She says, if anything, it's you that is different.
Us? Do we smell different? I sort of sniff, like, Ulrich. I'm like, do you smell different?
We are all the same in God's eyes.
And nose.
And nose.
And body odor.
She shakes her head. She says, I assume it may be just something we're used to here. You all seem scented in a different way. I'm not quite familiar.
Well, yeah, or it looks like Gurney like, oh, maybe that is just how it is here.
Well, maybe. Listen, that's a talk for another time. Right now, I want you to promise me you're going to take care of her while we're gone, because we're going to have to leave again.
Oh, of course, she will be well cared for here.
Great. Can you have fun, I guess? How old is, because I just pointed at her, like, she's
probably about 11, maybe 10 or 11.
Listen, she's young and she's smart. I just try to occupy her if you can. I mean, and Gurney just starts like, I never dealt with kids, so I don't know what they do. I'm just trusting you with this.
Yeah, force her to read this book.
I mean, maybe, but listen, Guinevere, I want you to take care of her. I don't want anything to happen to her. I'm trusting you with this. And if it's too much, if you actually think she's starting to be a bother, there's another safe spot in the district at Reardon Chapel. There's a guy named Oliver there. He's very weird, but he's trustworthy, I suppose. Just letting you know that if this place is not safe, if something happens and this place is not safe, you take her there straight away.
Well understood, of course. She kind of turns to Felix. She says, "You don't seem well. Is there something I can do? I wanted to thank you before for your blood. It has been most helpful in my work."
That's good, I suppose. I hope that some part of me can do some good in this world.
My lady Guinevere,
Yes, I don't think we've met.
no, we haven't. My manners, I'm so sorry. Vesper Keening,
Oh,
been
enough
quite a
with the
time.
niceties.
I have a question.
Yes.
This fine gent here, Felix, he's a bit worse for wear. Is there anything you can do?
Perhaps. What is the matter? What is wrong?
Well, you are the physic.
She
Well,
kind of looks. She
yeah.
says, he doesn't he doesn't seem to have any obvious injuries.
No, it's
It's
not.
in
Yeah.
your body.
Oh my god.
He's a bit more distracted. His mind, his, and I say really softly, his mind.
She
I just straight up say, Felix, can you explain what's going on? Because something happened.
My head.
Is it the voices? Are they really loud right now?
No. This is different. This is new. They move. They
What-
writhe.
What rides?
My head inside, back there, seeing the beast. And since the Tatterman.
Yeah, can I just like lean in and whisper to her while he's like starting to freak out and be like, "We think there's a slug in his brain.
Ah,
Silvery booger went up there."
Did that actually happen?
we kind of
We don't know.
We kind of couldn't see what happened.
We can see. I thought we saw it for a flicker.
We did.
Okay. Something. We think something's inside him,
she
controlling him.
I don't know about controlling. He's just really stressed out, guys. Okay.
she looks she kind of look like her eyebrow seems to raise a little bit, and then she'll walk up to Felix and kind of put two hands on his shoulders. She says, "Is this true?"
Yes, I mean, I'm not sure of anything anymore. It was in
Cut it out.
another world. I'm never sure of what's real.
She says, "Then what have you heard?"
I've heard, voices, of course, but those are old.
No. What have you heard?
I've felt the movement. I've heard the voices. I've seen terrible things.
She she nods. She says, she says, "I think what you have is I think you have found a new sight."
New sight. That sounds innocuous. And I highly doubt this is anything calm.
Oh my god.
What?
I pause a moment
Okay.
and I say, Ms. Guinevere, this is. I'll allow you to diagnose him later on, but there's one more thing I have to confer with you on. Do you mind coming over here for a moment?
Yes, of course.
And I sort of hold up a hand to Vesper and Ulrich, just like, I'll let you guys know in a moment. And I bring her over, I pull out the wrapped up thing, and I say, I'm not going to explain what I found here, but I want your medical opinion on it, and I open it up in front of her.
Okay. When you open it up, do you remember what was in there the first time?
Yes, it was a slab of organic, twisted, not coherent something. It had like
What?
holes. It had like eyes. It had like teeth. It was like a curled up.
No.
shriveled-
That it didn't have teeth or eyes.
Oh,
it
no,
did
that was
have
the
holes,
statue.
yeah.
That was the statue.
It was a desiccated husk of something.
Yes, and it
It
was very
was-
shriveled and it sort of curled in on itself.
It was dry and almost mummified. As you
Yeah.
unwrap this silk cloth, you seem to be holding something with a vague same shape as what you originally saw. However, rather than being dry and mummified and desiccated, it is now thick and wet. The holes in it, where all of those holes are, seem to be punctuated with tiny little eyes. And as you
Shut
gaze
up.
upon this curled lump of flesh, just covered in pale, kind of cloudy little beads of eye, Gurney, you are gonna take a madness point. Do you want to, Gurney? Do you want to protect yourself, or do you want to accept the revelation?
I accept the revelation. I want to protect
Oh,
this.
God.
Okay. As you open this up, you're gonna take a point of madness and an advancement on that scale. As you are looking instantly, you are aware of the fact that you are looking down at something that calls to you in a way that it probably shouldn't, in a way that almost seems as if you're glimpsing something that you once kind of reckoned, but you could never place. It's almost as if you're kind of almost a little bit of deja vu. And as you gaze down at this thing, you almost feel you almost feel the churning in your own mind. And you are going to get something seems to crystallize in your head, a thought that eyes are not just for seeing, but they are for understanding. And as Gurney gazes down at this strange lump of eye-covered flesh, Felix, you are also going to feel a wordless, a soundless call in your head, causing that familiar rippling sensation. And as this takes over you, and you are all standing there, kind of silent in this chamber, that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
I knew you were gonna say that. Oh my god.
This is why you guys need God.
This is
God.
Sinners.
Fuck
Godless
that.
sinners.
this
Do I
is
not have enough God for you?
this is the
I
this
got
is
you, God, right here.
yeah, this is kind of what we have arrived at. You guys are learning some things. Let me go ahead and put on some music. 1 second.
Oh my God.
But that is of course where we're gonna end it for tonight. Don't go away, guys. Don't bounce out of here just yet, because we are going to we're gonna do some stuff, some announcements, some cool things, and this and that. And then of course we, as always, are going to pass the love on with an awesome raid. But as we end the session, let's go around to our cast and crew, get some thoughts and opinions about what they thought of tonight, what they thought of the session, and also hooks and plugs and where you can find them. And as they're doing that, why don't you guys in chat, please, why don't you go ahead and let us know what you thought. Did you like following along today? Did you enjoy some of the weird revelations and the cool bits? Tell us your favorite part, all that good stuff. We want to know. But let's start with you, Speedy. You look like you are having a ball here today.
I mean, that's one way of putting it. Oh my god. It's like, it's literally mentally draining trying to comprehend what's happening here to Felix and just role playing him is like actually taking a toll on me mentally. Like I'll recover, it'll be fine. But like still, it's
Yeah.
like
You're losing real sanity points.
right.
Oh,
It's as with like every step that Felix just keeps taking to madness, it's getting harder and harder to know like how he's going to react to things and everything that's trying to understand everything that's going on. And I'm worried for Felix. I'm worried for the party. This is, oh my god, I've never felt so immersed in an RPG. So this is absolutely amazing. You're doing a fantastic job DMing. Oh god, every step so good. And Open Legends been really great for it. Just like just like being able to focus on role playing and not rolling as, oh my god.
Awesome.
I'm so scared.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what you get up to on the internet, where everyone can find you?
Yeah. My name is Speedy, or I'm Not So Speedruns in chat, and you can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Not So Speedruns. I'm a variety streamer and D&D streamer. You can find me on my Twitch channel. I do D&D twice a week on Sunday and Monday nights. Sundays I do games with guests. I have guest stars on. Lisa is on tomorrow. Going to be doing some Blades in the Dark, which is a really cool Kickstarter system that is going to be hopefully dark and creepy as hell as well. And that's a lot of fun. And then I also do indie games and stuff like that. So yeah, check me out. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Absolutely,
Go crazy.
absolutely.
Amazing.
Thank you once again. What about you, Din Money?
Yeah. Another good session. I'm glad this is cool. I'm looking forward to using that spear. That was a very pleasant upgrade. I'll have to get the stats on that later, what the damage is and stuff, or how that will work. But, yeah, I can't wait to use it. And like, I'm so pumped we freaking get to the Tatterman. Like, taste of his own medicine. It felt so good to slice him a little bit. Like, it's like he sliced me on the throat. I was imagining him slicing him on the throat right back. So I'd say this was immensely fulfilling for me as a player and for Ulrich as a character. So that was good. Bad stuff is, I feel like my party is dissolving around me. Like, what's wrong with them? I don't know who to trust anymore. This is crazy. They're slipping. Oh goodness. So yeah, awesome session. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows who the real bad guy is? Where this is going? It's I don't know what to be more afraid of. What's out there? Or what's right next to us?
Oh man, well, what do you get up to on the internet, man?
Oh yeah. I am. I'm Din Money online across the board. I am an artist and indie game developer. I'm actually have a Kickstarter for my first game. It's on Kickstarter right now. I will link that in the chat.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, check
Yeah,
it out
go
if
do
you're
that.
a fan of fantasy genre and all like that good stuff, a little anime flair and humor. Definitely check it out. It's a really fun game. So awesome. Thanks
And your
for,
art is amazing.
Thank you. Hell yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for having me here again. And thanks for being part of this cool party.
Absolutely. Go show them some love. Make sure you follow and check out all of these guys and all of their great stuff. And go support that Kickstarter. We are huge fans of it here. What about you for... Make a 7.
Oh my gosh. I thought Felix was going to be the only one getting some brain scrambles going on.
Yeah. You traitor.
I'm really proud of my last decision. I'm really proud of it because it just opens up a new perspective for Gurney on what is happening with the Lantern and the Waking Dream. It is just always a blast thinking that you know how something works, and then all the rules get thrown right out the window and you're back at square fucking one.
Well, we try here. We try.
At the very least, we didn't die to Tatterman.
Yes.
At the very
that's what
least.
I'm talking about.
We didn't come out in one piece, I think. and I'm not as proud of that as Ulrich is, even though we did punch him, hit him a little. And we finally are starting to hit up some of the side loose ends. We're trying to tie those up. But gosh, where do we go from now? Because oh my god, we're horrible. Everything's going crazy. Anyways, I'm loving this. Thank you for running it. Thank you for all my fellow players being awesome.
Yeah.
And myself, I am on the Twitch stream called On the Forefront. My Twitter is On the Forefronts, and currently I haven't found time to like do anything really big with it. I'm in the process of moving, but once I do move, which is, hopefully in a little like, I can't say, like a week or two, I'll be putting in lots of work to get my own stream stuff going on. I'll be casting for a deluxe edition of Out of the Abyss. I'm really excited about getting that squared away, as well as a custom campaign and other games. I'd love to do lots of one-shots for different systems and give my own flair of game mastering, or however you put it, but I love being a player here, and thank you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Absolutely, and make sure you go show him some love on Twitter too. Last but certainly not least, we've got Lisa. What did you think of tonight?
Oh my god! You let something slip not on stream last week, but even knowing it, I still don't know at all how it ties into everything that we're doing. It still makes zero sense, and I still don't know what's going on. But it's amazing, and just when I think that we're cool and we're gonna have a rest, we're gonna have a little bit of sanity, nope. All of the nope. And I don't even know how many madness points you get until you can't come back. So I keep going, what is happening?
So the way, I don't want to cut you off. I will delve into that a little bit, in the sense that madness is not a one-way street. Madness is a sliding scale that goes in both ways. So I kind of worked a little bit on that, but it is a really interesting system, I think.
Oh my god. All right. I want to know more. So this was amazing tonight, and you're right, Speedy. This is absolutely it's affecting. In the middle of stream tonight, I was like, I am genuinely affected by the warp of reality of what we're going through, and it's really immersive. It's really cool. And I'm Lisa Bell on Twitter, and I'm Danger Lily on Twitch, and I don't stream on Twitch yet, but in the next 6 months, we'll see.
Ooh, we got some Lisa streaming. Absolutely. I'm gonna go drop a link for her in chat, where you should definitely check her out.
Oh, but I am this every Tuesday on Wondery.com. Wonder Why, so WONDERY.com.
Mm-hmm.
I am Terry Houston, and on Secrets, Lies, and Audio Tape, there is an audio drama called Sight Unseen, and I am the lead's mother in the show. And there's a new episode every Tuesday. So it just premiered last Tuesday, and we're all really excited. There are some amazing actors on this. It's like an audio drama comic book about superheroes, but deeper in drama. It's great.
Awesome.
So check it out, Tuesdays.
Absolutely. Go check that out. And thank you all to our players. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. As always, my name is Asker, and I'm your host and Dungeon Master here on Exploding Dice, where we have live D&D and role-playing not just twice a week, but starting this week, it's going to be 3 times, because we are adding a brand new campaign called Iron Gods to our Wednesday time slot. That's going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Fantastic cast. It's going to be a fun show. I hope you guys are there this Wednesday to check it out. I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with these guys. If you haven't already, first of all, if you like the show and you want to hang around and discuss the world of Writhing Moon, or talk with the players, or just chat about all kinds of stuff, you should check us out on Discord. There it is. Dice Thulu has the link for you. And we're all, we hang out there. It's the Bomb Squad community, and it's a great place to just come and chill and talk role-playing game stuff and all that. You can follow me on Twitter. It's just at Askren, and that is your official home for everything Exploding Dice. All news and announcements are going on there. Like our recent announcement, our monthly giveaway for a brand new copy of the Yawning Portal. That's up on Twitter. Go check that out. If you're already following on Twitter or Twitch, then you're already entered. So go claim those entries. Why not? It's free. And then last but not least, I want to give a big thanks to all of the people who jumped in and donated today. Thank you to what's it called? Thank you to Tunarth and to Throwing Spiders and to Mukia and both Mukia and Tunarth again. All you guys, thank you so much for contributing to our monthly goal. You guys are amazing, and we appreciate every single bit of it. And I just wanted to read out, Tunarth has some fantastic praise for you guys. He says, best thing about watching you all play is how great you guys get into your characters, and that you really, really bring them to life. And I absolutely agree. This cast is fantastic, and it is a privilege to hang out with them every week. We are unfortunately have to get out of here, but before we do, we are going to go see who's online and go drop the love off to someone else on Twitch. Let's find a cool channel. You know who we should go check out? Let's see who we should go check out. Playing board games, maybe? No, you know what? Let's just go raid a random ass channel and see what's going on. Because why not? Because that's what we do here. So this is a channel, I don't know anyone from there, so we're gonna jump in, we're gonna drop them the Exploding Dice raid. There's the fortune cookie, that's what we all been waiting for. So we're gonna drop the raid in. You guys make sure you show them some love. Type Exploding Dice raid in the chat, let them know where you're coming from and all that good stuff. We are gonna host them, and we will see you next time, but as always, don't let Dice Thulu get his tentacles on you, because he might see an eye-covered tentacle and go mad. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.